Today we're going to talk about a tool called valuation of a company. This is a useful tool if you are buying a company, or maybe selling your own company, or maybe even asking yourself, what is the value of my company? Let me tell you right up front, the work is difficult, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of work, so it's not easy to do, but it gives you a structured thought process for understanding what is the value of a company. And I'm going to give you 4 different ways of looking at the valuation of a company. The first is called multiples. A lot of people do this because it is the easiest way to quickly assess. In other words, you hear through the grapevine, possibly through an investment banker, probably through some companies you've seen bought and sold, you hear what multiple did they get for their company, what multiple of their sales, what multiple of their profits, income, what multiple of their EBITDA, what multiple did they get, and you understand that those multiples might change a little bit, but you get a range, and then you can quickly apply that multiple to any other company, including your own or one that you're interested in buying. It's a quick way of getting an assessment for what the value of a company is. Second method of doing that is through historical investment. How much money did I put into this? And how much money have I been able to recoup? So if I bought this company for $2 million, should I not get a return on that investment? And since it's been 10 years, should I not have at least double, if not triple, maybe get $6 million for this company? As appealing as that argument is, it is actually quite irrelevant. Nobody cares how much you bought it for. And in fact, you should not care either. At this point in time, whoever is going to buy this company is not interested in how much you bought it for. Just like had you bought it for 2 and it's worth 20 today, are you going to say, no, you shouldn't get $18 million of profit? You're going to take it. By the same token, if you bought it for $2 million and it's only worth 2.5 today, you're going to have to take $2.5 million for it. So the historical investment you have made might be a good thing to look at in terms of rearview mirror analysis, but it has no role in the front view of the window. Third is comparables. What are some comparables in the market that have sold? What other companies that have sold of similar type, similar size, maybe in the similar market, how much have they sold for? And what was their balance sheet and income statement like for which they sold that? And what does my balance sheet and income statement look like? How is this different? And how can I adjust the sale of the comparables to get a value for my company or for the company I'm thinking of? This is very useful, but it's very difficult to do. It's hard to find comparables. And when you find them, there is enough differences. They had a plant and you don't have a plant, you outsource your work. There's enough differences that it's hard to really tell, can I adjust for the differences? The best way, probably the most sure shot way, is through a net present value of future cash flow. In other words, you say to yourself, this company as a going concern can run, and these are the numbers it will produce. This is the cash that would come out of this company. There is a stream of cash that comes out of this company each year for the next 10 years and then thereafter going forward. What is the net present value of that future cash flow? That is probably the most appropriate way to value a company. But the trouble with that valuation is something called a terminal value. So at the end of 10 years, what value do you assign, which would be something like if I sold it in 10 years, what would I get? You've just moved the problem from today to 10 years from now. But nevertheless, it is probably the best way to value a company. In evaluating the net present value, you will have to take a discount rate. In other words, future cash is worth less today than it is that day. how much did you discount it? The discount rate has a significant effect. So two things that impact this is the terminal value and the discount rate. What I always tell people is create a valuation using all four of these. See where there is commonality, and from that you will have a feel for what numbers look reasonable. Finding a value for a company is not just an analytical exercise. There's a lot of emotion involved. So the more you can turn it analytical, the more you can separate the emotion in your judgment. When evaluating a company, when valuing how much a company is worth, make sure you look at all four valuations.